Your option to buy an affordable Chinese-made electric vehicle is tonight under threat. This is probably by far the more important BYD model we're going to see today. It's not actually new, it's been out for a little while in the Chinese market. This is the BYD Seagull. When we step back and think about BYD, it's a company that's achieving the most explosive growth we've ever seen in the auto business in 100 years. So just to put some numbers to it, in 2020, BYD sold about 400,000 cars. This year, more than 5 million. Chinese electric vehicle giant BYD is preparing to launch an even smaller EV that will change the game in the auto industry. With the trend of its recent ultra-compact model that sold hard globally, the strategy is to keep up and dominate the entire market, leaving other domestic automakers such as Suzuki, Daihatsu, and Honda behind. Will BYD be able to deliver in the next year, and what to expect from the tinier-than Seagull EV, BYD's new mini EV? When everyone thought Build Your Dreams was over with its EV innovation and technology, the truth is, it's just warming up. It's cooking something surprising for the next few years and beyond. Beginning in some countries of Asia and designed specifically for Japanese consumers, the new model is expected to be even smaller than the company's already compact Seagull EV, signaling BYD's intention to tailor its product offerings to local needs and disrupt a long-standing segment. The BYD Seagull, one of the company's most affordable and compact EVs, measures approximately 3,780 millimeters in length. However, the new mini EV is designed to comply with Japanese K-car regulations, which restrict vehicle dimensions to a maximum of 3,400 millimeters in length, 1,480 millimeters in width, and 2,000 millimeters in height. These regulations are intended to keep cars small and suitable for Japan's dense urban environments while offering consumers tax and insurance benefits. The new EV will be the first BYD model exclusively developed for the Japanese market. According to reports, the company has strategically designed the car not only to meet K-car requirements but also to optimize performance, efficiency, and affordability for urban Japanese drivers. The vehicle is scheduled for release in the second quarter of 2026. Japan's K-car segment is not just a niche, it accounts for approximately 40% of all new car sales in the country. These vehicles are beloved for their practicality, ease of parking, fuel efficiency, or battery efficiency in the case of EVs, and cost-effectiveness. BYD's entry into this segment marks a calculated attempt to challenge long-established local players with a fresh, affordable electric option. BYD plans to price the vehicle at around 2.5 million yen, positioning it as an accessible choice for Japanese consumers. This price point is particularly significant in a market where EV adoption has been slower than in other developed nations, largely due to high upfront costs and limited model availability in the K-car category. BYD's move is being closely watched by industry observers and local car dealerships. Japanese automakers have long held dominance in the K-car category, but BYD's competitive pricing, coupled with increasing interest in electrification, could pose a serious challenge. Some local dealers have reportedly expressed concerns about the potential impact of BYD's entry, especially if the Chinese automaker can offer a compelling combination of price, quality, and local customization. Beyond product design, BYD is also investing in infrastructure to support its expansion in Japan. The company has launched a dedicated website and marketing efforts tailored to the Japanese market. This signals a long-term commitment and not just a speculative product launch. But why Japan first? In recent years, Japan has been steadily moving toward a greener future, and electric vehicles are playing a major role in that shift. While Japan was once known mainly for its hybrid vehicles like the Toyota Prius, now EVs are becoming more common on the streets. Among the newer names entering the market is the BYD Seagull, a small electric car made by the Chinese automaker BYD. It's a pretty new player in Japan's EV scene, but it's already turning heads because of its low price and practical design. When we look closely at the types of people buying the Seagull versus those buying other EVs in Japan, some interesting patterns start to appear. Seagull users in Japan tend to be more price-sensitive and focused on practicality. The Seagull is one of the most affordable EVs available, and that low price makes it especially appealing to younger buyers, students, new families, or even older drivers who don't need a fancy car, just something that works. It's also attractive to people who live in suburban or rural areas where public transport isn't always reliable. For them, the Seagull is a great option for short trips like grocery shopping, school runs, or quick commutes to work. Its compact size is a bonus, especially in Japan where parking spaces are small and city roads can be tight. It's not trying to be flashy. Instead, it offers a simple, clean design and just enough features to make it a comfortable daily car. In contrast, the typical EV user in Japan is a bit more varied. Some are tech enthusiasts who love the idea of a high-tech car loaded with features like autonomous driving, smart displays, or advanced safety systems. Others are environmentally conscious consumers who want to reduce their carbon footprint and feel good about driving electric. These users are often willing to pay more for established EV brands like Nissan, especially the Leaf, Tesla, or even newer models from Toyota and Honda. Their cars tend to offer more range, better performance, and a wider set of features. Many of these EVs are used as primary vehicles, handling everything from daily commutes to weekend road trips across the country. Another big difference lies in the usage patterns. Seagull owners are mostly using their vehicles for short-distance driving. Since the Seagull doesn't have a long range, it's best for people who drive within a limited area each day, say under 100 kilometers. This is often enough for people living in smaller cities or countryside areas where public charging stations might not be abundant, but long-distance travel isn't a daily need. On the other hand, general EV users often rely on their cars for longer distances or more frequent driving. As a result, they are more likely to invest in home charging setups or plan trips around fast charging stations. Cultural attitudes also come into play. Some Seagull buyers are drawn to the car not just for its price but also for its simplicity and ease of use. There's a mindset of just enough that appeals to many people. Why pay for features you don't need? Meanwhile, other EV buyers might see their car as an extension of their lifestyle. For them, the EV isn't just transportation, it's part of a statement about who they are, whether it's about being environmentally conscious, tech-forward, or just driving something sleek and futuristic. While Seagull users and broader EV users in Japan share a basic interest in electric mobility, their reasons for choosing their vehicles are often very different. Seagull drivers are typically budget-conscious, focused on convenience, and mostly using their cars for short local trips. In contrast, general EV users are more diverse. Some want performance, some want eco-credibility, and some just love new tech. The growing presence of models like the Seagull shows how Japan's EV market is evolving to meet the needs of more types of drivers, from the practical to the passionate. Could BYD go even smaller? This raises an interesting question. Could BYD go even smaller? Could we actually see a car tinier than the Seagull in the near future? At first, it might sound a little crazy. After all, the Seagull is already very compact, designed specifically for short commutes, city driving, and squeezing into tiny parking spots. But when you think about market trends, consumer needs, and the way cities are evolving, the idea of a smaller EV makes a lot of sense. There's a growing demand for ultra-compact vehicles that are easy to use, affordable to own, and perfectly suited for urban environments where traffic is heavy, space is limited, and fuel prices are high. Japan is a great example of this. The country already has a strong culture around K-cars, tiny boxy vehicles that are extremely popular because they are cheap, efficient, and easy to drive. K-cars have strict size and engine limitations, but they work perfectly in Japan's narrow streets and tight parking spaces. Right now, BYD doesn't have a true K-car equivalent. But if they were to design something even smaller than the Seagull, maybe something that matches K-car specs, they could open up a huge new customer base in Japan and similar markets. From a technical standpoint, it's possible. Battery technology is getting smaller and more efficient, and EV platforms are very flexible. BYD has shown it can create scalable, modular electric platforms that can be adjusted to fit different types of vehicles. If they took the basic tech behind the Seagull, its small battery, basic interior, and lightweight design, they could shrink it down even further into a truly micro EV, something like a two-seater city car or even a single-person urban pod vehicle for extremely short-range use. It wouldn't need to go fast or far, just far enough to get you to work, the store, or the train station. Of course, there are trade-offs. Going smaller means less space, less comfort, and probably less range. But if the price drops even lower, imagine something that costs under $8,000 or even $6,000. It could appeal to people who can't currently afford a car or who want a cheap second vehicle for local errands. It might also be attractive to young people, seniors, or delivery workers in big cities. Think about gig economy workers or local businesses who need cheap, reliable transport that doesn't take up much space or burn through fuel costs. There's also an environmental angle. A smaller EV means fewer materials used to build the car, a smaller battery, which uses less lithium and other rare elements, and lower energy consumption per kilometer. It's not just about affordability, it's about sustainability. As cities get more crowded and people become more conscious of their environmental impact, Small electric vehicles could play a big role in reducing congestion and emissions. And let's not forget about style and image. A tiny, futuristic EV could be really appealing if it's designed well. BYD has already shown that it can make attractive, modern-looking cars without breaking the bank. If they can apply that same design thinking to a micro-EV, they might create something that's not only practical but also trendy, a kind of cool little city car that people actually want to be seen in. Of course, there are challenges. Regulations, safety standards, and crash protection become trickier with smaller cars. BYD would need to balance size with safety, and different countries have different rules about what's allowed on public roads. Marketing a smaller than Seagull EV would also require smart strategy, getting people to see it as a real car, not just a toy or scooter substitute. But if any company can figure it out, BYD might be the one. They've already proven they can disrupt the EV market with aggressive pricing, strong technology, and a bold vision for the future.